At the beginning of the movie, we see a man tied on a table, but instead of surgery, he was being badly treated and tortured. The surgeon first cuts his chest, then she applies a lot of salt on his wound, due to which he starts suffering severe pain. A chemical starts coming out from the man's head, which the surgeon said was stored in a small jar, and he was treated with it until he died. Now the surgeon made pills from that chemical and carefully kept it in the briefcase. That is, it is very valuable. After this, we see 4 friends who had come camping and now going back. One of them was named Nick. His wife and 2 friends were there. Nick's wife is going to have a child, but she has not told this to Nick yet. On the way, he stopped at a gas station, where he met a woman who was a model and told him that her car was at some distance, but she had run out of petrol. Now that I have taken petrol, I need a lift to go back to the car. Nick agreed to this, but his wife was feeling bad. But still, Nick makes him sit in the car. When he was leaving after dropping the model on his car, she came back to him from her car wearing a mask and also brought anesthetic gas with her, by spraying which he made all 4 friends unconscious. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself trapped in a house, in front of which were 5 other people, who were also friends among themselves, one of whom is named Sam. Now, before all 4 of them could understand anything, Sam's friend was a businessman. He picked up a crowbar with which he uprooted the nail of Nick's friend. Seeing this, Nick's friends got very angry. He gets up and starts hitting the businessman, and thus their fight started. Nick calms them down by making them stop fighting. Then they came to know that all of them are passengers of the same boat, meaning no one knows anything about this place. The businessman tells that I have pulled out his nail because of a video. To see which video, we went to the upstairs room, where the 22-hour timer had started running. Then a video started playing on the screen. A woman welcomed all of them. Then she said that there is a device on the neck of all of you which collects a special kind of chemical from your brain. The chemicals will come out only when you people are in pain because you have 22 hours of time. Time is that you have to complete the bar given below 100%, only then you can go out from here, even if you have to do anything for this. If you cannot do this within the given time, then you will know what will happen to you later. That means whatever is going to happen to them now, that is removal of chemical from the brain, is all related to the initial seal. Now to get out of here, along with completing that bar, you have to fill the small jar around the neck with special chemicals. Now either they kill each other like this or give trouble to each other, only then their jar can be filled. These people cannot even run away from this place, the entire house is locked. These 3 had even tried running away, in which he had failed. So now they have no other option but to hurt each other. But one of Sam's friends was not ready for this. He was very nervous. That's why he himself starts removing the device from his neck. By doing this, he was feeling pain, due to which he started moving forward. But as soon as he removed the device, he died on the spot. Due to this, the percentage of that bar went back behind, because the chemical released from his brain had increased. But he did not come to 0 at all, because Nick's friend also had some part in it. When his nail was uprooted, everyone was scared after seeing their friend dying. Then Sam's friend Stara, who was very selfish, says that all of you boys should trouble each other, because Nick's friend also had some part in it. Let us girls stay. The businessman says no, this will not happen. No boy or girl will be seen here. Everyone will have to suffer equally. Then the businessman first agrees to bear the trouble, because he wants to get out of here as soon as possible and go to his son. That's why everyone makes him sit on a chair and beat him a lot. Everyone stopped after beating for an hour. Here the percentage of the bar went up a little to 7%. But obviously it was not enough for him because it took more time and he was also tired. Although the businessman took a lot of beatings, the bar went up only a little, so they wanted an easy way, which was the tool kept there. It would take less time and energy. It would be more painful, so the bar could go up faster. Seeing this, the businessman realized that he had made a mistake by taking the first number because all the dangerous methods would be tried on me first, and now these people tied the businessman on the table. The one who was doing Tara was cruel. She first beats him hard with a stick and then cuts all his nails with a knife. Even this did not satisfy his heart, so she starts taking out his meat by stabbing him in his leg. Not only this, now first she breaks one of his knees, and after that she breaks the other leg too, leaving the poor guy completely helpless. Tara still doesn't stop. Before she can kill her, Nick comes to the beach and stops her. When everyone starts telling her things, Tara says that she had to torture, so I did it. So what is my fault? And you people have pushed me beyond limits. They were not told how much torture to do, so I kept on doing it. Well, now people strip the businessman, etc. Even after treating him so badly, Tara says, we should not do anything. Everyone does this and sits comfortably. Let's wait for the timer to end, because after that someone will come here and then we will run away from here. But where was this going to happen? They will kill everyone with their devices, and now again the question arose between them as to who will be next. To explain this issue, Nick's friend went to the kitchen and broke a plate which broke into many pieces. She takes out the blood of her finger from one broken piece and writes numbers on the remaining pieces. Everyone picked up one piece each. So when everyone's turn came, their turns were set, according to which now the first number was of Nick. Besides, this time a principle was also made that no one would torture beyond limits. No part of the body will be broken, only torture will be done so that the percentage increases only by 6%. Once everyone's torture is over, they will take turns again, meaning they will have 2 rounds of this game. Because only then the line bar will be completed, and everyone will also get a little break. Now it was Sam's turn. He sat on the table. When he took off his shirt, we saw many more marks of wounds on his body. Now he was made to lie down, and a hot cloth was placed on his stomach, and then he himself said, on which Nick pulled out his nails, and as soon as 6% was reached, his turn was completed. He easily tolerated the pain, neither screamed nor shouted, which gave courage to others too. Apart from being brave, he was also wise, and now it was Nick's turn, due to which his wife got upset. She started crying, but he had some pain pills, which would make the person sleep, and there would be no pain. She takes some pills herself and gives some to Nick so that he does not feel pain, but she made a mistake, and now these people start torturing Nick. But his time was moving very slowly, because the purpose of torture was to cause pain. Only through pain will the bar move forward. If the brain is numbed, then even the chemical will not be able to be formed in the jar. That means there was no benefit in enduring such torture. Nick's wife did not think about this. She just made him drink pills. Seeing this, his wife now realized her mistake, but it was no longer of any use. Poor Nick had to endure double torture. That means drill, etc., was used inside it. Only then 6% of it was completed, due to which everyone got scared. Hence Sam's friend hides in fear because now it was her turn. But 2 people somehow found him, brought him out and tortured him thoroughly. They not only put a spoon in his mouth, but also cut his wrist. On one hand she was writhing in pain, while on the other hand Nick had also regained consciousness. He was angry with his wife, but now she tells me that she is going to become a mother. Tara had heard all this. She becomes happy that now, along with Nick's wife, her child will also have to endure torture. This will raise the bar even higher. And now, since it was his turn, Nick gets ready to be tortured in his place. He gave the remaining pain medicine to the businessman, but here too Tara was hesitant. This made Nick's friend angry, so he punches him and makes him unconscious, and now Nick comes forward to be tortured, but his condition was very bad. Seeing this, both of Nick's friends came forward, meaning all 3 of them will open their hands together and dip them in water, until these 3 reach 6% each. And now, as they were ready, Nick's female friend stepped back out of fear, while Nick's wife and her friend kept doing their part. Once they put their arms in the water, they put the same arms again where Tara came. She took a knife and attacked Nick's friend, due to which all the opening water falls on her friend, which went up much more than this. But here Tara had other intentions. She wanted to kill him as soon as she took a knife. When she starts attacking her, Nick comes from behind and hits her and makes her unconscious. Now their time had reached 48%, and there were 5.5 hours left. Now it was Tara's turn, whom everyone was ready to hurt. Whatever she was doing with everyone for so long, she was shocked to see the same thing happening to herself. She picked up the tool and inserted it into Nick's friend's neck. She started bleeding rapidly, due to which she was killed, and thus her chemical. The bar had come down due to departure. Seeing this, Nick's friend got very angry. He moved forward so that he could kill Tara, but then Nick stops him. He started explaining to her that it would be foolish not to do this, because if she was killed, then we all would have to endure more torture. As for Tara, instead of killing her, vent out your anger on her, because it will only benefit us. Nick's friend agrees, but says that on one condition: I will torture, so he was given a chance. He picked up a crowbar and hit him on the neck first. Then she gave a lot of trouble by rubbing a cutter machine on her neck, and this continued till she became unconscious. By now, the bar had also reached 85%, but he had very little time. They had just 1 hour to complete the bar. Now the 5 remaining people decide that we will break our necks. It will cause so much pain that we will not have to do anything else. The bar will be full. That's why Nick's friend takes a range and breaks everyone's neck one by one, but when it came to Nicky's wife, he stopped. And now he takes his turn with a good range and breaks everyone's bones, thereby really completing the bar. As soon as this happened, the woman's video started playing again, in which she was saying that it was very good. You all have won. Now go to the upper room, where the jars containing your chemicals will be taken out through a device, after which you will be free to go from here." He was relieved to hear this. He went up and kept taking out his jars one by one, and a door kept sending everyone out. After everyone left, when Nick's friend went, he started shouting. Hearing his voice, Nick became suspicious. When he came out, he came to know that everyone was lying dead because Sam was beating them. Now he also killed Nick's friend with a knife and ran away into a room. On the other hand, Nick's wife was still inside. She was taking the businessman out from there. Then the businessman tells him that he had heard about a group that tortures humans and extracts their chemicals to make medicines. One pill is sold for $12,000, but little did he know that I would also get trapped in this. While talking, he dies, and due to his chemical exhaustion the bar comes down again. It had now reached 99%, which meant that Nick's wife was stuck here. Now it has to complete the bar itself, otherwise it will also be killed here. He has to do this thing in 18 minutes, and without wasting a single minute she starts torturing herself. The first thing she does is pour bleach on her burnt hand. Then she puts the same hand in the door and hits it again and again and squeezes it. She even burns her waist. Then she hits the nail in the same hand, and then the bar is completed again. She came out. It was her turn to go out, but Sam will not let this happen. He takes out his device, but it seems as if he pressed a button. The poison on everyone's devices got activated. Due to this, all the people started suffering because they were slowly dying. Meanwhile, Sam tells Nick that this is my 5th time. That is, these people were the 5th group among whom this game was being played, because throughout the game we saw that he was giving all the ideas, and that was why there were marks of wounds on his body. But he was also not the owner of any group. He was just a servant. While he was telling these things, Nick starts making his preparations. He had brought a screwdriver with him, which he inserts inside Sam and kills him. After doing this, Nick takes the medicine lying there and his life is saved. He also removes the device. Nick also gives the medicine to his friend, but he dies. Nick's wife, who was badly injured, tries to come out, but she is unable to come because she had lost a lot of blood, due to which she is also killed. Nick was the only one left. He cuts the door lock with a cutter and goes out of there, and now we see the time after a few days, where Nick was sitting in the hotel opposite the same gas station. He was actually waiting for the same model to whom he had given lift, and he had tricked them into this game by rendering them unconscious. As soon as she arrives, Nick starts chasing her. Now, before she makes anyone else her victim, Nick beats her and makes her unconscious, then puts her in the car and takes her with him, and through him he will reach the other people who are running this torture group and take revenge, most of all for my wife and future child.